The overall wildfire situation in Manitoba as of this morning is that we have 21 active fires burning. We've had 80 fires to date, and the 20-year average number of fires to date is 48. So you can see that as of today, we are well above average for this time of year. I'll just run through a bit of an update on some of our fires of note, beginning with Fire East 57 in the arm of Piney. As the Premier referenced, this fire did result in the evacuation of the community of Woodridge last evening. The fire is currently out of control and around 7,000 hectares. Fortunately, it sounds like that area did receive some rain last evening. We're still waiting on reports of how much rain fell over the specific fire, but we'll take anything we can get at this point. Moving on to, I'll go in numerical order, so Fire 61 near Bird River. Again, very active fire yesterday. At yesterday's press conference, I talked about the intensity of this fire. It remained very intense throughout yesterday. Thick smoke was really hampering our efforts to get on top of the fire with air support, so we shifted our focus to value protection efforts for the properties where it was safe for us to get in and do that work. That fire is still expected to be over 100,000 hectares. I don't have a current updated map on the size of that fire for you this morning. Fire 62 near Lac de Bonnie is still listed as out of control at about 4,000 hectares. Crews have been able to make good progress on that fire. It hasn't been as intense as the Bird River fire, so we are able to put a lot of resources on that and make good progress, but I will still remind folks it is out of control and an active wildfire zone, and we need people to stay out of the area. And then finally, Kenora 20, which we are going to be numbering in Manitoba as East 63. That's the fire near Ingolf, Ontario. Ontario's map shows the fire is about 23,000 hectares. It is out of control. The focus on both sides of the border has been on value protection. Ontario has been doing value protection of properties there for a number of days. On the Manitoba side, on the White Shell, we are doing assessments of which properties need to be protected and deploying resources in collaboration with the Office of the Fire Commissioner to start some of that work. The fire has crossed the Manitoba border. I don't have, at this point in time, an update on exactly how far into Manitoba it moved overnight last night, but that information can come out throughout the day. And then finally, I'll just mention, we currently have 40 firefighters from BC in the province. They've been deployed to the West 4 fire at the Paw and OCN. There is still some important work that needs to happen on that fire to ensure that any hotspots are taken care of. So crews are finishing up some of that work right now. If there is an opportunity to redeploy some of those staff to the eastern region, we are certainly looking at doing that. We are grateful to BC for their support. And yesterday, we also made a request through the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Centre for an additional 80 firefighters to come to Manitoba. We are hopeful that we will be receiving those from across Canada. All jurisdictions participate in that resource exchange, but I don't have any details at this time on confirmation of how many or where they will be coming from.
So Manitoba EMO does continue to coordinate response with local authorities, provincial and federal partners. We have deployed regional emergency coordinators to the RM of Alexander, Lac du Bonnie, and the RM of Piney to provide support to those local authorities in coordinating their response. Today, we have announced closure of the Whiteshell Provincial Park to come into effect at 9 a.m. Everyone will need to be out by 1 p.m. today. So we are asking Manitobans to please cooperate with park officials and local authorities in exiting the park at 1 p.m. Please listen to their directions. And we are asking Manitobans to please provide space to those responding to this event.